Speaking of autonomy, how does Huawei stack up against Tesla in that regard?
Both companies are making significant strides in autonomous driving technology,
Yeah.
but they seem to be focusing on different aspects. Tesla has been very vocal about its goal of achieving full self-driving,
Okay.
while Huawei seems to be taking a more measured approach.
So what do you mean by a more measured approach?
They're focusing on developing systems that can handle specific driving tasks very well, like highway driving or parking, rather than trying to solve the entire self-driving puzzle all at once.
So it's about building trust and confidence in the technology
Exactly.
by demonstrating its capabilities in controlled environments
Right.
before moving on to more complex scenarios.
Exactly. And this approach seems to be resonating with both consumers and industry experts. The impressive safety statistics we talked about earlier, the positive feedback from early adopters, and the growing number of car manufacturers choosing to partner with Huawei all suggest that they're on the right track.
So speaking of partnerships, it's clear that Huawei isn't just building cars for themselves.
Right.
They're becoming a key player in the entire automotive ecosystem.
You're absolutely right. They're working with established car manufacturers like RCFOX, Series, and BYD to integrate their technology into a wide range of vehicles.
So can you give me some specific examples of how these partnerships are playing out?
Well, the RCFOX Alpha S, for instance, is equipped with Huawei's intelligent driving technology,
Wait.
enabling it to navigate urban environments with a high degree of autonomy.
Okay.
And then there's the Series AITO brand,
Mm-hmm.
which is a joint venture between Series and Huawei. They've already achieved considerable success with the AITO M7
Right.
and are planning to expand their lineup with a series of 4 Realms models that will showcase the full potential of Huawei's technology.
It sounds like they're covering a lot of ground,
Right.
from individual car models to entire brand collaborations.
Mm-hmm.
It really does feel like they're building like an empire within the automotive world.
Mm-hmm.
But where does it all go from here? What's next for Huawei in the ever-evolving landscape of intelligent vehicles?
That's a great question, and one that leads us perfectly into the next part of our deep dive. Buckle up, because we're about to explore Huawei's ambitious roadmap and what it means for the future of driving. Welcome back as we delve deeper into Huawei's automotive ambitions. It's clear they're not just adding tech to cars.
Right.
They're building an entire ecosystem.
It's interesting how you put it that way. It's like they're applying their smartphone expertise to the whole driving experience.
Precisely. They're creating a connected, intelligent mobility platform through these strategic partnerships with established car manufacturers.
Okay.
And this allows Huawei to really concentrate on their strengths,
Okay.
software, AI, user interface,
Yeah.
while leveraging their partners' manufacturing expertise.
Yeah. That's a really smart approach, and it seems to be working. We've already touched on the RCFOX Alpha S
Right.
and how Huawei's tech is making it incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
Their collaboration with Series, the AITO brand,
Yes.
is another testament to their success.
Yes. The AITO M7 in particular has been a remarkable success story.
Yeah.
Over 100,000 pre-orders and 60,000 deliveries within just 6 months is a feat any car company would envy,
Yeah.
especially for a relatively new brand.
Those numbers speak for themselves.
Right.
I'm curious about these 4 Realms models AITO is planning.
Mm-hmm.
What have you uncovered about them?
From what we've gathered, these models will span a range of vehicle types,
Okay.
from sedans to SUVs,
Okay.
each powered by Huawei's intelligent driving and connectivity solutions.
So it's like they're building their own mini ecosystem
Yeah.
within the larger automotive world.
Exactly.
And at the heart of this ecosystem is Harmony OS, right?
Yes.
It seems to be a key differentiator for Huawei. Instead of relying on like generic software,
Right.
they're weaving their own operating system into the car,
Exactly.
creating this seamless and intuitive user experience.
You hit the nail on the head. Harmony OS aims to be this unified platform connecting all your devices from your smartphone to your smart home appliances,
Right.
and now your car.
And now your car. Okay.
The idea is to create a world where everything operates in harmony, giving you effortless access to information and control over your devices from anywhere.
So in the context of a car, this translates to features like voice control, personalized entertainment,
Right.
real-time navigation,
Yeah.
even remote control of vehicle functions from your smartphone.
Exactly.
They're essentially turning the car into an extension of your digital life.
Exactly. It's about tailoring the driving experience to your individual needs and preferences.
Yeah.
Imagine stepping into your car,
Yeah.
and it automatically adjusts the temperature, even the music, to your liking.
Right.
That's the power of Harmony OS learning your habits and preferences.
That's what I call a personalized driving experience.
Yes.
It's clear that Huawei is pushing the boundaries of what's possible,
Yeah.
but there's another company we can't ignore in this conversation, Tesla.
Right.
How does Huawei compare?
The comparison is inevitable.
Yeah.
Both companies are pioneers in intelligent driving and electric vehicles,
Right.
but they come at it from different angles.
Okay.
Tesla has been laser-focused on electric vehicles and self-driving technology from the outset,
Yeah.
while Huawei takes a broader approach,
Okay.
leveraging their expertise in connectivity, software, and user experience.
So they're both aiming for the future of driving,
Yes.
but taking different routes to get there.
Exactly.
How do these differences manifest in their products?
Well, Tesla's cars are renowned for their sleek design, performance, and cutting-edge autopilot system. Huawei, however, focuses more on the overall driving experience, seamless technology integration, and creating that connected ecosystem.
Yeah, it's almost if Tesla's building the sports cars of the future,
Yeah.
while Huawei is crafting the luxury sedans.
An apt analogy.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that both companies are still relatively early in their automotive journeys.
Yeah.
Tesla has a head start, but Huawei is closing the gap rapidly.
And they're not just competing with each other.
Right.
They're also facing competition from established car manufacturers.
Exactly.
We're finally taking electric vehicles and intelligent driving seriously. It's a thrilling race to witness.
It is.
And the ultimate winners are the consumers who reap the benefits of this innovation.
Absolutely. This fierce competition is fueling rapid technological advancement, driving prices down, and making these incredible vehicles more accessible to the average person.
It's a win-win situation for everybody. But shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
the source material also highlighted some areas where Huawei seems to be outperforming Tesla,
Yes.
particularly when it comes to the reliability and robustness of their intelligent driving systems.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on that?
This is where Huawei's multi-sensor approach using cameras, radar, and LiDAR seems to be paying dividends.
Okay.
They're building a system that's less susceptible to errors
Okay.
and can handle a broader spectrum of driving scenarios.
The sources specifically mentioned the Changji S9's ability to navigate roundabouts
Right.
and handle unexpected obstacles more effectively than some other systems, including Tesla's.
Yeah.
It seems like Huawei's system is better at handling those unpredictable situations
Exactly.
that could sometimes throw other systems off.
It all boils down to building trust in intelligent driving systems. Consumers need to feel confident that the car can handle anything the road throws at it,
Right.
even if it's something the system has never encountered before.
Yeah, so it's not just about intelligence.
Right.
It's about resilience and adaptability.
Exactly.
And that seems to be a key focus for Huawei.
Yeah.
They're not just aiming for a system that can drive itself,
Right.
but one that can drive itself safely and reliably in any situation.
That's a lofty goal,
Yeah.
but Huawei appears determined to achieve it. They've poured resources into research and development, assembled a team of brilliant engineers, and are relentlessly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
But technology is just one part of the equation. They're
Yeah.
also leveraging data.
Right. Absolutely. Huawei has been gathering vast amounts of data from their real-world testing and pilot programs.
Okay.
And this data is crucial for refining and improving their systems.
So they're taking this data-driven approach,
Right.
constantly learning and adapting. That's essential in such a dynamic field.
Yeah.
And they're not doing this alone. They're collaborating with partners and industry experts to ensure their systems meet the highest safety standards.
It's a comprehensive approach that seems to be yielding positive results.
Right.
The impressive safety statistics, the positive feedback from early adopters,
Yeah.
and the increasing number of car manufacturers partnering with Huawei all point to their progress.
It's still early days, but Huawei is undoubtedly making a strong case for itself as a dominant force in the future of driving.
Yeah.
As they continue to innovate and refine their technology, it'll be fascinating to see how they reshape the automotive landscape.
Indeed. This deep dive has been illuminating, but we've only scratched the surface of what's possible.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the technology and innovation, but ultimately it's about how this impacts our lives.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's shift our focus to us, the consumers,
Okay.
the drivers, the people who will ultimately be interacting with these incredible machines.
Yeah.
What does this revolution in the automotive world hold for us? What are the potential benefits, the challenges, the things we should be considering? as we venture into this exciting, uncharted territory.
That's a perfect segue into the next part of our deep dive, where we'll explore the broader implications of Huawei's ambitions and what they mean for the future of driving. Stay tuned, because we're about to embark on the most fascinating part of our journey.
So we've been exploring how Huawei is revolutionizing the automotive world. Now let's shift gears and talk about what it all means for us.
Yeah.
The drivers, the passengers,
Right.
anyone who interacts with cars,
Yeah.
you know.
It's fascinating to think about how all these advancements could impact our daily lives.
Right.
We're not just talking about fancy gadgets, we're talking about potential shifts in how we commute, work, even think about car ownership.
Yeah, the sources we've been looking at suggest that this new ecosystem could have some pretty significant implications.
Right.
One of the most promising aspects is increased safety.
Absolutely. As intelligent driving systems become more refined and dependable, we could see a dramatic reduction in traffic accidents, injuries, and fatalities.
That's a future I think everyone would embrace.
Yeah.
Fewer accidents on the road would be a win for everybody.
Right.
And it's not just about preventing collisions. These systems could also ease traffic congestion,
Yeah.
make our commute smoother and more efficient.
Imagine cars communicating with each other, coordinating their movements to optimize traffic flow and minimize delays.
Yeah.
That's the kind of future Huawei and others are working towards, a future that could significantly impact our cities and quality of life.
It's not just about safety and efficiency either.
Right.
It's also about accessibility.
Yeah.
Autonomous driving technology has the potential to transform transportation for people with disabilities, seniors,
Right.
anyone who can't drive themselves.
That's an important point. This technology could provide a level of freedom and independence that many people have never experienced before, opening up new possibilities for travel, work, and social interaction.
The possibilities are really exciting, but like with any new technology, there are challenges
Right.
and concerns to address.
Of course.
One of the biggest is ensuring that these systems are genuinely safe and reliable.
Yeah.
As we relinquish more control to the car, we need to be absolutely certain that the technology is up to the task.
Absolutely. That means rigorous testing, robust security measures, and a thorough understanding of how these systems work.
Right.
We can't just blindly trust the technology. We need to understand its limitations, conventional failure points, and what happens if something goes wrong.
Right, and that brings up another crucial consideration: the ethical implications of autonomous driving.
Yes.
How do we program these systems to make decisions in difficult situations?
Right.
What happens if a car has to choose between the safety of its passengers
Yeah.
and the safety of pedestrians?
These are complex ethical dilemmas that we need to confront as
Yeah.
this technology becomes more prevalent.
Right.
There's a lot of discussion and research happening right now to
Yeah.
address these very questions.
And then there are the economic implications.
Yeah.
Widespread adoption of autonomous driving technology will likely disrupt industries
Of course.
like trucking, taxi services, even public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
We need to start thinking about how to manage this transition and ensure that everyone benefits, not just a select few.
It's about creating a future that's not just technologically advanced, but socially and economically equitable,
Right.
that requires careful planning, thoughtful regulation, and a willingness to adapt to the changing landscape.
We also need to consider the impact on our personal lives.
Yeah.
As cars become more autonomous, our relationship with them will likely change.
Right.
Will we still enjoy driving for pleasure?
Uh-huh.
Will car ownership become less important?
Hmm.
How will these changes affect our communities and sense of identity?
These are questions we don't have definitive answers to yet,
Yeah.
but they're questions worth pondering as we enter this new era of driving.
It's a future full of promise and uncertainty.
Yeah.
But one thing is for certain, it's going to be a fascinating journey. And Huawei, with its dedication to innovation, strategic partnerships, and ambitious vision, is poised to be a major force shaping that future.
They're not just along for the ride, they're aiming to lead the charge. And their impact is being felt throughout the entire industry.
This deep dive has been an eye-opening exploration of Huawei's automotive ambitions. As we wrap up, I encourage you to keep exploring this topic, asking questions, challenging assumptions, and participating in the conversation as we navigate this uncharted territory of the future of driving.
Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us, it's something we create. By engaging with these advancements, understanding their potential and implications, we can all play a role in shaping a future that's safe, sustainable, and beneficial for everyone.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic to explore. Until then,
Keep those wheels turning and those minds curious.